climbing back upon Mount Soapbox for another rant. Now, before we dive into this one, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, been so since the original trilogy, prequels, TV shows, various games from the 90s to the 2000s, and I, for one, am very excited for Jedi Fallen Order being developed by Respawn, coming out this November. And if you go by the numbers on the official trailer for Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, I think the majority feel the same way. You got 225,000 likes, 13,000 dislikes. It's, I would say, upper 80s, 90% like ratio. Over 7.7 million people have watched this trailer in the past few days. So obviously there's a lot of excitement for this story-driven game regarding Jedi Fallen Order. I'm very excited about it. But as the old saying goes, you can't please everybody. Apparently, somebody over at PC Gamer finds it to be boring. Bear in mind that this is just a trailer. A small taste of what's yet to come. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order's Protagonist is such a wasted opportunity. Now, I don't like throwing shade at others. I usually avoid that, but what the hell? Let's go ahead and read this article. By the way, I know other channels have already covered the same article, including Jeremy over at The Quartering, but I'm going to give my spin, my take, my 2 cents on my thoughts regarding this article. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order's Protagonist is such a wasted opportunity. Out of hundreds of cool species, this is the most interesting Respawn could come up with. Alright, so first off, I'm also a fan of creating my own character, having a variety of characters in video games to play as. And one thing I did like about Jedi Academy, which I replayed a few weeks ago from start to finish, is the fact that you do have some character creation at your disposal in Jedi Academy. Not a lot, but there's a few different species you could choose from for your character. Now, if I'm being honest, I did not expect the protagonist for Jedi Fallen Order to be male. I actually thought it was going to potentially be a female character, and it would have been interesting if they would have gone with a different alien species, like a Twi'lek or other creatures, aliens that exist within the universe of Star Wars. Anyways, so I don't have a problem with a video game having a different species or different alien to play as, and I don't mind if a character is male or female or white or black. In several of my rant videos, I've come out defending female protagonists in video games, as well as the decision by Hangar 13 to have an African American character as the protagonist for Mafia 3. So I don't have a problem with what the character happens to look like, or whether or not it's male, female, or whatever species they happen to be. I just want a good character. I just want a good story, and most importantly, gameplay. Just stating the obvious that I don't care what species or sex the character happened to be for Jedi Fallen Order. I was going to be excited about it anyways because, like most Star Wars fans out there that are also gamers, I've been craving a brand new single-player driven Star Wars game. And thanks to Respawn, we're getting that in November, and I'm very excited about that. One thing I will disagree with the writer of this article on, by the way, if you want to read the entire article for yourself below in the description section, is he doesn't give the actor enough credit. Cameron is a fantastic actor in Shameless, brilliant in Gotham, as well as all the TV shows and films he's been in. He's building up quite the resume for himself, and I feel like he's definitely one of those up-and-comers in Hollywood, and hopefully we'll see Cameron casts in bigger roles down the road. And that's definitely one of a few things that kind of irks me when you read this article, like the sentence, maybe a brilliant actor could have instilled this script with more desperation or conflict or a tinge of hope, but I watch this and feel, well, nothing. Well, obviously you're not familiar with the gravitas of Cameron, and I think he's going to do a fantastic job as Cal, this Jedi Padawan who survived the purge of Order 66. I just think that you can't really go by this trailer before passing judgment. Let's just wait till, I don't know, the game actually comes out and people, including yourself, actually get to play the game from start to finish before you decide whether or not Cameron did a good or a bad job portraying the character of Cal Kestis in Jedi Fallen Order. Continuing, look what he puts underneath the screenshot of Cal. Z's. Once again, the game hasn't come out yet. Why don't we wait till the game comes out before we decide whether or not this game is boring or Cal is Z's and actually give him, I don't know, a chance. What a wasted opportunity. Oh no, wasted on a great actor like Cameron to play the role of Cal. Of course, I can't say yet if Cal will be a narratively interesting character. Exactly, because you know why? You've only seen about 2 minutes worth of cutscenes in a game that is months away from launch. We'll only know that in November. No, Bantha Fudu. When Fallen Order is out, but I can say that there were so many visually interesting options that Respawn, EA, and Lucasfilms did not take here, and that's a damn shame. This isn't a movie where hours of makeup, close-up shots, uncomfortable costumes, and expensive CG are all barriers into making central characters aliens. This is a video game. You do realize that it takes time for developers and programmers and everybody working at Respawn to create characters and to 3D render them, and it would have taken them just as much time to make Cal a Twi'lek or whatever other species you want him to be in Jedi Fallen Order or whatever. It does take time, just like it does in TV shows and in movies. The same thing can be said in video games. In fact, it probably takes them a lot longer time to do this in video games. So that's kind of an irrelevant argument there. The writers and the team behind Respawn made a choice. They had casting, because I watched the celebration Saturday, and they brought in a lot of people to read the lines for the character of Cal in Jedi Fallen Order, and they decided, after going through, casting call, they decided to go with Cameron because Cameron, in the end, was right for the role. Just like with almost any other character or actor or actress on a TV show or a movie or video games. That's why they went with Cameron. We just have to have a little faith in Respawn and believe that they cast the right guy for the role, which I believe they have because, like I said, he's a great actor. He has the chops to prove it from shows such as Shameless, Gotham, and TV shows and other movies as well. So instead of dropping bantha fodder on everything, or fudu, or however you wish to pronounce it, why don't we just sit back, chill, and just give this game the opportunity to either impress us or disappoint us when it finally comes out in November. Now, one of the other reasons why they chose to go with a specific character that they wrote up instead of giving us the option for character creator, which, by the way, I would have been happy with as well because, like I said earlier, I would have liked the ability to create my own character, and I do so in a variety of other games that I happen to play, like Grand Theft Auto Online, Red Dead Online, Skyrim, list goes on and on. But I also don't mind a well-written protagonist. Now, if we go over to IGN, they talk about the variety of characters that we've already been introduced to in the trailer, such as Cal, who's going to be the main protagonist, one of the few survivors of Emperor's Order 66 Purge of the Jedi Order. You also have his companion, destroyed BD-1. You have another Jedi that survived, Sari. She's a mysterious Jedi Knight who's also been in hiding, and she's going to become kind of like a mentor to Cal. She's going to rescue him from the other character we're going to talk about in just a second sister. So she's going to be kind of like a mentor, and we also have second sister, as I mentioned a moment ago. She's already been introduced in the comics, as well as the Purge Troopers. Seriously hoping that second sister turns out to be Barriss. I can only hope. The point is, every single character that is now introduced in a movie or a TV show, the comics, novels, or video games in the Star Wars universe, since Disney bought Star Wars, is canon. And it has to connect to the overall Star Wars universe. And that's why they created these new characters for Jedi Fallen Order. That's why going forward, Cal, BD-1, Sari, along with Second Sister, the Purge Troopers, will be featured in probably other Star Wars content, like comics, novels, perhaps even in a future Star Wars Fallen Order sequel if this game is successful enough and merits Respawn making a sequel to Jedi Fallen Order. I certainly hope that they do. And if the hypothetical protagonist of Jedi Fallen Order 2 happens to be a Twi'lek or female or any other character that isn't a white male, guess what? I'm still going to play it because I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I don't care if the character's a white male. I don't like this double standard that a bunch of SJWs have been doing, coming across as all tolerant and accepting of everybody except for white males. I think that's BS. I think that's racist. Shouldn't it be about all of us accepting each other and embracing each other? And it doesn't matter if you're a dude or a chick or what color your skin happens to be, or whether or not you're a human or a Twi'lek or any other species in the Star Wars universe, as long as it's a good character and a fantastic game. I'm just sick and tired of every single thing being used as part of the culture war. We can't enjoy video games anymore, or TV shows, or movies, without it being on the front lines of this ridiculous SJW versus anti-SJW war. Can't we all just get along? And to everyone crapping on Cameron's new character in Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Cal Kestis, just because he happens to be a white dude, how about we just give the game a chance? How about we just wait and see till November, actually play the game from start to finish before we pass judgment on Star Wars Jedi Order, as well as Cameron's portrayal of Cal Kestis. Once the game comes out and everyone's gotten to play Jedi Fallen Order, then we can decide whether or not Cal was a good or bad Star Wars protagonist. Is that too much to ask?